Hey everyone, and welcome to Pals Chat. I am your host, Gina Parker. I'm here with my co-host, Sadie Teal.
What's up?
Sadie, what have you been into?
Yesterday, I became obsessed with Sir Chloe's new album. It's called Swallow the Knife, and you can listen to it on YouTube, but I think it's incredible. There's like no skippable tracks. I always choose a track that I like the best, and when Holy came up, the song Holy, that like I put on repeat. Like it was jaw-droppingly good, and it kind of has like a 90s feeling to it.
Okay.
Generally, I just love Sir Chloe though, but that is what I've been up to. What about you?
Last week when we talked, I brought up Mulholland Drive, and just
Yes.
have you seen it?
No, I'm a bad David Lynch fan. I've started it and then it was at a party with a bunch of people talking over it, and so
Oh,
I
you
wasn't really
can't do
paying.
it.
I know. I was like, yeah, I just had to check out and stop watching it after a while because I was like, it's too much talking. And then also the people that I was watching with it were like, this is weird. And I'm like, okay, I can't, I can't sit here. But yeah,
Yeah,
how is it?
it's wonderful, and yeah, a peek behind the Pals curtain. I used to have parties every year where I'd force you guys to binge something with me.
Yeah.
And I feel like by the end, the pals were kind of doubting some of my choices, but then would like come to it later and be like, "Oh, I discovered this great show." And I'm like, "I showed that to you."
I told
But
you about that.
BoJack Horseman was one that
Ooh,
none of the pals were sold on, and then they came back around later.
such a
Oh,
good show.
speaking of, long story short, the new show from the creators of BoJack Horseman that's now on Netflix, and I started it, but work has been crazy. I haven't finished it. But
Is it
Cirque,
good though? Does it have like that same tone, or is it a totally different venture for the person who's running it?
I think it's similar thematically, but different. So it's about a Jewish family of two parents, two boys, and a daughter, but it's like throughout their whole lives.
Hmm.
So it's like some of the stuff takes place while they're children, while the kids are children, and then like when they're in college, and then when they're like married and getting divorced and all this other stuff.
Hmm.
And so it's a journey through time, kind of.
Interesting. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm sure that they broach like heavy topics the same way BoJack did. That sounds interesting. I would watch that.
We will get into all my children this week. We'll start with your favorite character, Tad.
Oh no, what's the scoundrel up to this week?
He's being a scoundrel.
Of course.
So there's a hospital benefit to raise money for the hospital. And, everyone's buying tickets to this big raffle where, like, you're winning a car, but, like, they're all donating money to buy the tickets, blah, blah, blah.
Hmm.
Ted has rigged the box for the raffle so that he would be declared the winner.
Of course. Who would believe
And
that though? If Tad got drawn at a party that I was at, I would immediately question the result.
but his nephew busts him and like tells Tad's dad. Tad's dad is like, "You can't do this, you little scumbag." And it's a hospital charity. Like
Oh my gosh. Hey, that
Tad's like,
happens.
"Go
Yeah,
ahead."
sorry, I was working at a grocery store once and we raised a bunch of money for the person who was in charge of HR had a fatal diagnosis, terminal
Oh,
diagnosis, and somebody swiped the envelope with all of the donations in it. It was wild.
and do we think that person knew that it was for
I think
that or?
so. I think I know
Oh,
who it was, to be honest, but I'm not gonna go starting anything. But yeah, it was a whole scandal. Maybe Tad was behind it.
oh, that's really sad.
Yeah.
So basically, Tad tells his dad, like, I borrowed all this money from Erica and now I can't pay her back. So I was gonna, like, take just enough money to pay her back and then give the money back to the hospital. And his dad's like, no, you're not. Just go talk to her.
Hmm.
And the great thing about Erica being such a self-involved character is, sometimes it benefits you. Like, so
Hmm.
she's just like, I'm rich. I know your parents. I wasn't even thinking about you or the loan I gave you. Like, pay me back whenever. I don't care.
Nice.
So And so Tad's let off the hook, and
Of course. Tad's always getting away with everything.
but he does not successfully rig the raffle because he had to come clean. So
Yes,
someone else wins and donates the proceeds back to the hospital, which is nice.
as it should be.
And so then Erica's magazine is having a Woman of the Year thing. Erica is nominated, and she's very excited about that. But Brooke is also nominated, and she's very upset about that
Ooh.
because they are rivals.
Ooh, this will be a fun little rivalry, I think.
And that so then we have the whole dynamic with Jeremy and his dad. So secret monk, secret mercenary, secret Canadian rich guy Jeremy. He came back to Pine Valley to be with Erica, but his stepmother Natalie still wants a piece of him, and so she made up an excuse to come to Pine Valley with his actual dad,
Hmm.
and she like finagles her way to staying with Erica. And Jeremy also lives with Erica, but she has a two-bedroom house. He's in the other room.
Hmm.
So his parents come by. They're staying in the guest room. Erica's sleeping in the bedroom. And Jeremy's like, I will sleep on the couch. And his dad makes a whole thing about it of like, why are you sleeping on the couch? Obviously, you guys are in love with each other. Like, just, we can be evolved here. And Jeremy's like, please back off. We're not together.
Yeah, none
And
of their business, to be honest.
mhm. And it's one of those things where, like, if Jeremy just told his dad he was a secret monk, it would explain everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because, on soaps, like, the biggest trope is like someone not just saying the thing.
Yeah, that really irritates Marcus on something. If we're watching something that could literally be resolved with like one sentence explanation and everybody would understand, or like just a lack of information, like a missed phone call or something, it's like it's frustrating.
But I think what the show does well, at least at this point in time, even though it's frustrating that he doesn't just say, I'm celibate,
Yeah.
is that like his dad is such a dick that you're kind of like, okay, I get why you would not want to confide in him.
Hmm.
Natalie's coming out in her lingerie trying to talk to Jeremy in the middle of the night, and
Oh
he's
my
just like
gosh.
noping out of that situation. He's like, I'm going for a walk, and he just like takes off. He gets into it with his dad too, and his dad's like, you're just upset because I stole your girlfriend from you and she married me, which is
That
a
is pretty upsetting.
that's a kind of a shitty thing to say.
Yes.
After their, you know, whole thing, his dad, Alex, is like putting out his cigar in an ashtray, but he kind of leaves it on the couch and then it starts a fire.
No.
But in the meantime, before they realize there's a fire, Alex is like getting aggressive with his wife, Natalie, in the bedroom, and he starts to hurt her physically, trying to get her to have sex with him.
Yikes.
And she eventually talks her way out of it, but it's not the best.
Hmm.
And just like, wow, this guy powerfully sucks.
Yeah.
So they realize there's a fire. Alex wants to go save Erica. Natalie is like, you're not a firefighter. You have a heart condition. Let's go outside. And so they leave Erica in her burning house that he, Alex set
Yeah.
on fire.
Wow, in her own home that she opened up so nicely.
And so Jeremy comes back from his little walkabout and he's like, where's
Uh,
Erica?
and is it on fire? No.
Yeah. So he returns to like the burning house and he's like, where's Erica? And Natalie's just like, we had to leave her in there. And so Jeremy runs in
We had to
and
leave her in there. Oh my God.
Natalie's super upset because she doesn't want anything to happen to Alex, which is kind of surprising given how much he sucks. And also, she
Mm-hmm.
doesn't want anything to happen to Jeremy. But Jeremy runs in and he saves Erica from the fire.
Oh,
And
nice and romantic, right? They like do like a very romantic carry of her on the way out.
Mhm. And Erica doesn't want medical treatment after, but Jeremy's like, please do this for me because maybe my father will get medical treatment too if he sees you getting it.
Hmm.
And he's just kind of manipulating both of them, but for their own good.
Hmm.
So so they get their medical treatment. They go to a hotel to stay, and then Alex proves himself to be even more of a dick because he's like, okay, so we got a room together. Erica's got a room by herself. Jeremy's got a room by himself. They're on different floors. What's happening? And Natalie's like, well, they said they weren't together, so maybe they're not. And Alex is like, the only explanation for this is that Jeremy is impotent. My son is not a man. He's not a
Oh
real
my
man
gosh.
anymore. And it's like, that's where you're kind of like, okay, I get why you wouldn't confide in him that you're celibate because what a gross thing to say. He's
Yeah,
not a real man. Like,
nasty. Yeah, Alex is a nasty man. I don't like this guy at all.
on the Palmer front, he is, still convincing everyone to lie to his poor daughter who has mental health issues.
Hmm.
And her husband is like, hey, if she's not progressing, maybe we should get another doctor to see her. And so Palmer takes the opportunity to get Nina alone and convince her that the doctor is evil and out to get her and she should
Oh
lie
my
to the
God.
doctor, just continuing to manipulate her for his own benefit.
Man, Palmer and Alex are really, it's going to be hard to choose which one is more evil.
Hmm. And so Daisy, who is Nina's biological mother, but she doesn't remember it, she lets it slip to Nina that she and Palmer are engaged, and Nina is furious.
Mm,
She's like,
I can see why.
yeah, how dare you get married? Blah, blah, blah. She's trying to push Daisy out of the picture, not realizing it is her own mother.
Wow.
Brooke's up for Woman of the Year. She's partying with her man. It's maybe getting her into some trouble. She's not sleeping as well, blah, blah, blah. And then she's got Rage Monster Ross showing up, crashing her interview. Well, first she's got her coworkers crashing her date with Gilles because they want to interview her for Women of the Year. But then you also have Ross, who is crashing as well, just to insult her and threaten to fire her in front of everybody.
Oh my
And
gosh.
Adam, who has been so villainous lately with all the stuff kidnapping Erica and trying to murder her and stuff.
Yeah.
Even he, now that he has had his brain tumor removed, is like, hey, maybe chill out. Like, she's a really good reporter and we're not going to fire her. You're allowed to dislike her, but like, let's not bring
Wow,
that
voice
into the
of
workplace.
reason. I can't believe it.
Hmm. And it just makes Ross even angrier. So we're tracking Rage Monster Ross, but also Adam, perhaps with another scheme up his sleeve, decides to give Erica this house that she loves called Linden House to her since her house burned down. Perhaps to scheme his little way back into her heart. But he's like, yeah, I'm just going to give her this house because her house burned down. And Ross is furious. And he's like, how
Mm,
dare you give her that house when, we could sell it for millions of dollars, blah, blah, blah. And Adam's like, because I own the company and you don't. So,
nice. Yeah.
so that's kind of where we leave things with everybody this week.
Hmm. All right. So winners and losers, right?
Mm-hmm.
For me this week, Erica's going to be the winner because even though they tried to leave her in a burning house, she got her little, hero moment with Tad saving the day, and now she has like a nice fancy house.
Mm-hmm. it all did kind of work out for her. Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna go Palmer. Both two evil, heavy-hitting dudes.
Yeah. Palmer brainwashing his own daughter
Yes.
is not the business. I'll go Alex for loser because he kind of assaulted his own wife. Well, he assaulted his
Hmm.
own wife
Hmm.
and burned down Erica's house and just said really toxic stuff about his own son,
Yeah, that's
which
no good.
sucks.
We don't like that.
And winner, I mean, Erica's a really good winner. I think I might give it to Tad because he just got away with everything once again. Tried to like rob a charity and got away with it. You know, I
Yeah,
mean,
he's able to weasel his way through. That's something that you kind of have to respect about Tad.
yeah, and I mean, like, I'd feel worse about it if he'd actually succeeded in doing
Hmm.
his bad thing. Like, then I probably wouldn't give it to him, but he
Yeah, you got to
stopped
give it up.
himself. He stopped himself and got away without getting into any trouble, which is nice for him. All right. That's it for this week. Please like, subscribe, comment, support us on Patreon, buy our merch. I think that's it for this week. Well,
Well,
bye.
bye.
Thank you for listening. Our theme song is Wouldn't It Be Nice by Sound Mirage featuring Lady Rand. Please rate and review, download, subscribe, all the things. And you can email us at amcrewatch@gmail.com. Thanks. Talk to you next week.